Real estate has been known to make and break millionaires for decades now. However, what if the same kind of thing was possible when considering virtual real estate? Well, that is precisely what Axie Infinity is letting users do. Anyhow, welcome back to our channel, guys, for yet another outstanding NFT video. Be sure to subscribe for more amazing content and stay tuned till the very end to make sure you do not miss out on any tips, tricks, or tidbits that would likely help you out along your virtual investment journey. Since its inception, Axie Infinity has rapidly seen an increase in the demand for its digital assets, especially amidst the rise of metaverse. But the real question that stands to be is how one can actually go about buying this land. Basically, since the metaverse has been on the rise, a multitude of gaming ventures and gamers alike have scrambled to monetize this one-of-a-kind jackpot. Axie Infinity is a game that has been doing incrementally well in this particular avenue and has successfully pulled in a whole lot of traction. This is precisely why it has been quite lucrative to investors who are ready to bet their money on its success. It's basically a way that you can earn some big green just by playing some games online. But before you even purchase land in Axie Infinity, you would want to get a full understanding of the types of land they are available, why it is sought after, and why it should be a good or bad investment. So starting from the basics, Axie Infinity is a play-to-earn trading and battling game. Players are tasked with collecting, breeding, raising, trading, and battling creatures known as Axies, those of which have been digitalized as NFTs. Now that there has been a little background on the game for those of you who do not know, we can get right to talking about the different land options available to players. And here's a random fun fact for you guys, so that you can see how well this game is actually working out. During a June 2021 lockdown, it had been revealed that some people in the Philippines were playing Axie Infinity as a full-time source of income. So much so that the Philippine Department of Finance had announced that it was a taxable form of income. So, back to the topic. Is Axie Infinity's land of Lunacia really what it looks like from the surface? In Axie Infinity's metaverse, land parcels have been tokenized and distributed into terras, which act like physical land where you can buy, sell, rent, and organize as per your wish and fancy. Those tokenized plots of land are represented on a 301 by 301 grid where each square would represent a piece of land. Each plot consists of 64 spaces which are laid out on an 8 by 8 grid. Basically, players would be able to place their Axies on each of their pieces of land to help boost their stats. Does it make sense? Well, for instance, the stone lamp is an item that will help players increase their Axie's natural experience gained by 1% at a time. Referring to a white paper published on Axie Infinity, a single plot of land can be assigned to 3 Axies, and players will be able to upgrade their land to hold more Axies by building certain structures. Moreover, as resources of which can be used to upgrade both Axies and land tend to spawn in nodes across Lunacia, it goes without saying that first rights on farmed resources belong to the landowners themselves. This is again why this land has been tokenized. Axie Infinity has 4 types of land and 1 special type. So the 4 types of land that has been made available to users are Savanna, Forest, Arctic, and Mystic. So coming to the gist of it, Lunacia consists of 90,601 plots of land, out of which 17,241 plots of land are already player-owned. This is because land gameplay is still being developed and is being released in phases. But the exciting part? Phase 2 is working on turning Lunacia into a virtual world where the primary locus of concentration is on user-generated content. This means that by using Lunacia SDK, players can place these games they develop on the land that they own. All in all, this should give you the basic understanding you need, if you didn't already know before buying this virtual NFT land. Now for the main part of this video. How do you actually buy land in Axie Infinity? Well, the initial land sale distribution has allowed players to own 1/3 of the total land supply available in the game. Players have been enabled to buy land via initial land sale purchases, or they would be able to browse through the available parcels of land and pick out the one they want for themselves. First of all, land purchases can only be made via Ethereum, so players have to make sure to load their in-game wallet with sufficient Ethereum funds to make the given purchase. Then all one has to do is visit the in-game marketplace, open the menu, tap on Select Land, and select the land they wish to purchase. Then click on the Buy Land option to confirm the transaction. Then boom, you have successfully purchased your first piece of land on Axie Infinity. Now that we have covered the background and how exactly you can purchase land in Axie Infinity, we can go ahead and discuss a little about why purchasing land here might be a good deal down the road and a very lucrative investment. For starters, the rate of user growth and AXS price has been skyrocketing, along with the simulated external interest in developing metaverses. This as a result brought forth a surge in these virtual land prices. Furthermore, the Axie Infinity team has made it abundantly clear that there will not be any other quadrants of land released until after all the initial land gameplay is fully released. Wait, so what does this mean? Well, a lot actually. This means that just like about anything else, the first ones there benefit more than everybody else. Yes, so the initial gameplay will only be available to the very first quadrant owners. This more or less guarantees that the value of this first set of land will soar up even higher than it is now, as the game gains more traction, users, and interest around the world. An investment into this virtual land is more or less like buying a stake into the game, and the more users that come into it, the more valuable it gets. For instance, it is a virtual game of supply and demand. As the number of users increases, the demand is of course higher for each piece of land, and as the land made available to users remains limited, as players gain resources, their willingness to pay for this land also increased. Yes, that's right. It is more or less like a mini metaverse economy that has been created here. As per the visibility of this, for hardcore gamers, this kind of game is just what the doctor ordered, especially as it becomes an easy way to make some passive income, all while sitting at home, and as previously mentioned, some Filipino gamers were doing this as a full-time gig to make a living. Although this sounds really cool, there are definitely some things you will want to consider before making land purchases, such as the viability of the investment and how much you plan to make back, as well as the span of time it would take. Anyhow, it is to be noted that none of the information presented to you in this channel is to be taken as financial advice or trading tips. It is strictly infotainment. So it would be highly recommended that you do indeed take the time to conduct your own research before making any major financial decisions, especially as this is a game that works on a play-to-earn model. All the while, if you have learned something new and hope to see more great content like this, do help us keep us motivated by subscribing to our channel. And let us know what you think about this game and your experiences with it down in the comments section.